Hey friends, Coach Coco here, and welcome back to my channel where we talk about all things health, wellness, fitness, nutrition, lifestyles, and more. Now, before we get into it, I want you to go ahead and hit that subscribe button as well as the bell notification so that you can always be notified whenever I upload any new content. Now, with all of that being said, let's go ahead and jump into today's topic. And today we are going to be talking about the 6 most common myths about women's fitness. Y'all ready? Let's go. Okay, guys, so these are some of the most common things I've heard people say time and time again, whether it's potential clients or just people on the internet or whatever. But we're going to count down from number 6. And the number 6 most common myth about women's fitness is women shouldn't lift heavy weights because it's dangerous. Ladies, if this were the case, there would be no female bodybuilders, no female powerlifters or CrossFitters. And I mean, these days, women are lifting and they are lifting heavy. And there's even pregnant women who lift weights, and don't even get me started on senior women like 74-year-old Joan McDonald. And then there's Ernestine Shepherd, who at the age of 85 still holds the title as the oldest female bodybuilder in the world. So not only is it safe, but it's highly recommended, especially as we start to reach our 30s and 40s and 50s and 60s and beyond, because it has so many benefits. Some of those benefits include improved fat loss, enhanced mood and reduced stress, reduced risk of injury, back pain and arthritis, also improved athletic performance, and reduced risk of heart disease and diabetes. And to be honest, y'all, lifting can be dangerous for anyone, male or female, especially if they're lifting incorrectly or with bad form, okay? So lifting incorrectly, that can cause muscle and joint damage, among other things. So the first thing that you'll want to do is to consult with your physician, as you should, before starting any fitness regimen. And then also, it's probably wise to enlist the help of a trainer or coach, or at least someone more experienced, to show you proper form and techniques so that you don't get hurt. All right, so moving on to number 5. Number 5 is carbs are the enemy. Man, I don't know where y'all got that from, y'all. Carbs are not the enemy, okay? They're not the devil. All carbs are not created equal. You have good carbs, aka complex carbs, and you have bad carbs, aka simple carbs. So an example of bad carbs or simple carbs would be like white bread, white rice, pastries, pasta, processed sugar. These kind of carbs are digested quickly, so it causes spikes in your blood sugar, and that's going to give you short-lived fullness, and it's also going to lead to weight gain because you're not full. You're going to get hungry again. It's also going to lead to diabetes and high blood pressure. So on the other side of that, you got your good carbs, which are your complex carbs. So examples of that would be quinoa, brown rice, sweet potatoes, oats, beans, things of that nature. Now these carbs, they're going to provide energy for your body, especially in your brain and your nervous system, and it's going to give you fuel. And that's going to be the fuel that you need for that resistance training workout I just mentioned. See how I brought that back around there? All right. Number 4 is muscle weighs more than fat. Y'all, stop saying that. Stop saying that. There's like literally no way. Like a pound is a pound. I don't care any way you try to twist it, a pound is a pound. 5 pounds of fat on the scale and 5 pounds of muscle on the scale is still going to read 5 pounds, and it's still going to have the same amount of heaviness. It's science, y'all. You took science, right? But what I will say is that muscle has a greater density, meaning that it takes up less space. So for example, if you are 160 pounds and you have 20% body fat and you have a lot of muscle mass, you will appear significantly smaller than if you were 160 pounds with 40% body fat and have very little muscle mass. So also, that leads to something else. You can't turn fat into muscle, because I hear a lot of people saying that as well. No, you can't. Muscle doesn't turn into fat. Fat doesn't turn into muscle. Those are two different tissues that can't be converted over into each other. But you can, however, burn fat while building muscle. And so how you would do that is with a healthy combination of good nutrition and exercise, which includes, going back to that number one, that resistance training and also some cardio. But yeah, that's the only way that you're going to do that. So it's not a conversion from one to the other. It is just burning fat and building muscle, period. All right, so we are going to move to number 3, which is you can eat whatever you want and lose weight as long as you work it off. As much as I would love to believe that, the foodie in me wants to believe that, that's just not the case, y'all. It ain't. I wish it was, but it's just not. As the old saying goes, you cannot outrun a bad diet. Let me tell you something. You can run circles around a track. You can do 500 burpees and 300 crunches. But if you are eating the wrong foods instead of the right ones, your results are going to suffer. Fitness and nutrition, they work hand in hand, but what you put into your body is key to determining your success. There's another old saying, abs are made in the kitchen, and that is absolutely true. Absolutely true. So speaking of abs, that's going to bring me to number 2. You can lose weight in your belly only. Y'all, you cannot spot reduce. You just can't. I mean, again, that's another one that I wish were true, but it's just not true. The weight is going to come off where and when it wants to come off. That's fact and that's science. I get a lot of people that come to me, you know, when they are wanting to train potential clients. And yes, they say things like, oh, I just want to lose my stomach and I just want to get a bigger butt. And it don't work like that. Unless, of course, you're talking about surgery, cosmetic surgery or something like that. But if you're talking about true health and fitness and actually losing the weight, no, it's not going to work that simple. What you're going to need is a good combination of resistance training, cardio, and a healthy diet. And that's going to burn the fat, build the muscle, and give you a defined look. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, it's gonna take time, it's gonna take consistency, and it's gonna take dedication, but you can get there if you put in the work. You just gotta trust the process. Okay, ladies, so time for number 1. And this one I also get from potential clients every time without fail. So the number 1 myth about women's fitness is, drum roll please, women who lift weights will get bulky. Y'all, I get this one every time without fail. They always say the same thing. I don't want to lift weights because I'm going to get bulky and big in arms. And baby, no, okay? Just no. Do you know how hard it is to even build muscle anyway? Like even a little bit of muscle, let alone to the level of bulkiness. Building mass, that's a long process that takes years of consistency. It takes effort, excess calories, and heavy lifting that includes progressive overload, which I may get into that in another video. That's something completely different, but not your little pink 10-pound dumbbells, ma'am. No, you're not gonna look like a bodybuilder unless you're intentionally trying to look like a bodybuilder on purpose. And you're definitely not gonna look like a man unless you're taking testosterone or other things, if you know what I mean. But What will happen if you start lifting weights is that your body composition is going to change. And it's going to give you more definition, it's going to give you more shape and curves, and a decrease in body fat. And those, my friends, are the facts. Well, I hope you have enjoyed the dispelling of the 6 most common myths about women's fitness. And if you were feeling the content, then please do me a favor, give it a thumbs up, and also hit that subscribe button as well as the notification bell so that you can be notified whenever I upload a new video. And as always, it was a pleasure, and I will see you next time. Peace.